Hello, friends. Welcome to a journey that is not just about medals, records, or scoreboards, but about dreams, determination, and the spirit of a billion hearts. Today, we travel through time, from Paris 1900 to Paris 2024, to relive India's incredible Olympic story. A story of grit, glory, heartbreak, and hope. This story comes alive through the words of a passionate author, Mr. Vijayan Bala, whose book, India's Olympic Medal Winners, beautifully captures every tear, every triumph, and every heartbeat behind the tricolour. Vijayan Bala is a respected Indian author, known for his extensive research and statistical documentation. Over the decades, he has contributed to writing. His work often blends facts with accessible narrative, making complex sporting histories engaging for everyday readers. He has written multiple books and published articles. His style is research-backed, data-rich, and focused on preserving the legacy of athletes and national milestones. This book, India's Olympic Medal Winners, Paris 1900, Paris 2024, reflects decades of compilation, athlete records, lesser-known stories, and updated medal statistics across 124 years. Imagine this. The year is 1900. India is still under British rule. There's no Indian Olympic team, no flag, no anthem, just one man named Norman Pritchard, an athlete from Calcutta with a dream in his heart. He runs barefoot on uneven grass, the field full of trees, the crowd mostly unaware of who he is. But he runs, not for fame, not for fortune. He runs because something within him refuses to stop. And on those Paris tracks, he wins not one, but 2 silver medals, in the 200 meters and the 200-meter hurdles. That was the beginning. India's first Olympic medals, won not under our flag yet, but by an Indian heart that beat for excellence. Norman Pritchard became a symbol of what one person's courage can ignite even before a nation is born. Fast forward to 1928. India, still under colonial rule, sends its first hockey team to the Amsterdam Olympics. No one knows what's coming. A young tribal leader named Jaipal Singh Munda, educated in Oxford, leads a team of passionate players. Among them, a soldier named Dhyan Chand, whose hockey stick would soon be called a wand of magic. The Indian team plays with elegance and grace, scoring 29 goals and conceding none. In the final, they defeat the Netherlands 3-0. When the whistle blows, India, though not free politically, becomes free in spirit. It was our first Olympic gold medal. And in that moment, under a foreign sky, a spark was born that would soon set the world of hockey ablaze. 4 years later, in Los Angeles, 1932, India repeats the miracle. Led by Lal Shah Bokhari and driven by Dhyan Chand and his brother Roop Singh, India demolishes its opponents, 11-1 against Japan, 24-1 against the USA. Yes, you heard it right, 24 goals in a single match. The Americans had joked before the game. Maybe the Indians should play left-handed to make it fair. But the Indians answered, not with words, but with goals. Then came Berlin, 1936, a moment that would echo forever. The world watched as Hitler's Germany stood tall with pride. But on that day, India, led by Major Dhyan Chand, taught the world the magic of humility and mastery. Playing barefoot, bleeding from a lost tooth, Dhyan Chand led India to an 8-1 victory over Germany. The crowd was stunned. Even Hitler, it said, offered him a position in the German army. Dhyan Chand politely refused, because his loyalty was not to power, but to the spirit of India. He became more than a player. He became a legend. So much that in Vienna, they built a statue of him with 4 hands and 4 hockey sticks. That was the magic of India, unconquerable, graceful, proud. The war ended. The world was healing, and India, newly free, newly independent, arrived in London, the land of its former rulers, to play its first Olympics as a sovereign nation. The Indian hockey team walked into Wembley Stadium, their hearts pounding, as the tricolour fluttered for the first time at an Olympic Games. Led by Kishan Lal and powered by Balbir Singh Sr., India defeated Great Britain 4-0 in front of their home crowd. Can you imagine the emotion? The very nation that ruled over us for 200 years watched as our flag rose high and our anthem filled their skies. It was not just a victory in sport, it was the sound of freedom. From Helsinki, 1952, to Tokyo, 1964, India's dominance in hockey continued like poetry in motion. 6 gold medals in 7 Olympics, a record unmatched in the sport's history. Names like K.D. Singh Babu, Leslie Claudius, Udham Singh, and Randir Singh. Gentle became the heartbeat of Indian hockey. They played not just for medals, but for pride. In 1952, a young wrestler from Maharashtra, Kashaba Dadasaheb Jadhav, fought his way to India's first individual Olympic medal for independent India, a bronze in wrestling. He trained on dusty akharas with barely any support, but his spirit shone brighter than gold. And in 1964, Tokyo, India reclaimed its hockey crown, beating Pakistan 1-0 in the final. Every stick, every pass, every goal carried the rhythm of a nation that believed in itself. As the world changed, so did hockey. AstroTurf replaced grass. The game became faster, more technical. India struggled to adapt, but the flame didn't die. There were heartbreaks, 4th-place finishes, missed chances, yet the tricolour never stopped waving. In 1980 Moscow, India rose again, winning hockey gold after 16 years. For a nation that had dominated the sport for half a century, this was a sweet reminder that golden dreams never fade. They just wait for their time. The 90s brought a new generation of athletes, fighters who carved their own paths beyond hockey. In 1996, Atlanta, tennis ace Leander Paes ended India's 44-year individual medal drought with a bronze that felt like gold. In 2000, Sydney, Kanam Maliswari lifted the nation's pride with her weightlifting bronze, becoming India's first woman Olympic medalist. Then in 2004, Athens, Colonel Rajavardhan Singh Rathore hit silver in shooting, proving that India's soldiers could win battles both on and off the field. And then came 2008, Beijing, the year India found its golden trigger. Abhinav Bindra, calm and focused, shot his way into history, winning India's first individual Olympic gold medal. It wasn't just a medal, it was a message that precision, patience, and self-belief could make India a global sporting force. If Beijing was a spark, London was a sunrise. India won 6 medals, its best ever tally then. Sushil Kumar, Mary Kom, Vijay Kumar, Yogeshwar Dutt, Gagan Narang, and Saina Nehwal. 6 names, 6 stories of perseverance. From the wrestling mats of Haryana to the narrow alleys of Manipur, their stories showed that champions could rise from anywhere. For every Indian watching, these medals were not just victories, they were possibilities. When times are tough, it's often women who rise strongest. At Rio 2016, India's pride came from 2 incredible women, P.V. Sindhu and Sakshi Malik. Sindhu's silver in badminton and Sakshi's bronze in wrestling were more than just medals. They were roars of resilience. They told every young girl in India, you can and you will. Then came Tokyo, a delayed Olympics due to the pandemic. The world was silent, the stands were empty, but India's spirit echoed louder than ever. Neeraj Chopra, a boy from Haryana, threw his javelin into history, winning India's first ever Olympic gold in athletics. It wasn't just a victory, it was an awakening. For the first time, the world looked at India not just as a hockey nation, but as a land of limitless potential. Alongside Neeraj, the Indian hockey men's team won bronze after 41 years, and the women's team reached the semi-finals, a dream reborn. Tokyo 2020 was more than a milestone. It was a new beginning. And then we arrived full circle, back in Paris, where it all began in 1900. A century later, India returned stronger than ever. Neeraj Chopra, the golden boy, added a silver to his collection, becoming the first Indian to win medals in successive Olympics. Young Manu Bhaker made history, the first Indian woman to win 2 medals in a single Olympics. And with every throw, every shot, every cheer, India's journey from a lone runner to a team of champions became complete. When you look back at this 124-year journey, you realize India's Olympic story is not just about sport. It's about identity. It's about a nation finding its voice in the world arena. From Norman Pritchard to Neeraj Chopra, from Dhyan Chand's hockey stick to Bindra's rifle, from the silence of the akhara to the roar of the stadium, this is India's story. A story of faith when there was doubt, of persistence when there was pain, of pride when the tricolour rose above the world. And as we look toward the future, to Los Angeles 2028 and beyond, one thing remains certain. The flame that started in Paris in 1900 still burns bright. Because medals are made of metal, but glory is made of heart. This, dear friends, is India's Olympic journey, as told by Vijayan Bala, a teacher, a commentator, and a true chronicler of India's sporting soul. May his words and the dreams of our champions inspire generations to chase their own gold. Thanks. If you like our channel, then PL's like, share and comment. We will come soon with new book for you.